Hey beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. You guys know I'm playing catch up, so I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. Now, you all know how I feel about Cosmic Brushes. It's a really affordable indie brand, which is why I've been like diving a lot into their products lately. So I picked this up during their Black Friday sale, or was it their Black Friday sale? No, not even close. So they restocked their Winter Wonderland palette, and while I was picking up that one, I threw this one in the cart because why not? So I figured I'd just do one quick look for you guys. So per usual, I'm going to show you guys some swatches so that you see what it looks like on my complexion. We're going to dive into a quick look, and then I'll wrap it up with my first impressions thoughts. But just some quick details for you guys. The Gothic palette is a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. It has 5 metallics, 7 mattes, 1 metallic, 1 multi-chrome metallic, and 1 duochrome metallic, and 1 matte with shimmery sparkles. So those are the details there, essentially. Now, this does retail for $29 USD. It is a UK-based brand, so shipping is a bit much, so just bear that in mind. But $29 per palette is absolutely phenomenal. And two other things I want to mention is that this is cruelty-free, made in China, and has a 24-month shelf life. So I think those are the main details that you guys are interested in. Let's dive into the swatches, the eye look, and come back and wrap things up. Okay, so I have my eye patch going, so hopefully that catches all of the fallout from my eyeshadow, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and dive into the eyeshadow palette in its pristine condition. Haven't touched or swatched anything yet. I'm going to start by going into this shade, which is called Lace, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. That's not... I picked up the wrong shade. So I picked up this shade, which is called Lace. I wanted to go into this shade, so we'll come back to that. But since we already have this one on the brush, let's go ahead and plop that into the crease. Oh, that's pretty. Sometimes the universe puts you where you need to go. You think you want one color, but they're like, no, you actually need this one. So, oh, this is gorge. It's like super soft too. So I know that this video is going to go up relatively late compared to when this palette released, but if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that I'm finally in a place where I'm not moving every 2 to 3 business days. So with that, I'm really trying to play catch up on all of the products that I have. And I feel like when you are creating content, it's like the weird decision of, okay, well, it's too late to upload this because it's past the release date, you know. You're not going to get the same amount of views because the time or the moment has passed. But then there are also points in time where people come back and they look for these videos. And I really do want to be a resource because sometimes I find myself going back to find old videos on a product, particularly when those products go on sale. And I'm like, oh, it's on sale. Is it really worth it? I try to look for creators who have purchased it. So that's why I'm really like sticking to doing these videos and putting them up, because I do genuinely want there to be resources for people who do come back to find these. Okay, next up I am going to go into the shade that I originally was trying to go into. This is called Immortal, and I'm going to put that into the inner parts of the eye, blending that into that first shade so that we have a little bit of a gradient going on in the transition area. Just like me. And I almost did not pick up this palette because it is a pretty monochromatic purple palette, and you guys know how I feel about monochromatic palettes. I like to at least be able to get 2 distinct different looks out of it. And granted, I can get distinct looks out of this, but they're all purple. You know what I mean? So it's going to be 2 different purple looks, but it's going to be 2 purple looks. So that's where I was struggling with this palette. But because Cosmic Brushes is a UK-based brand, I was like, well, I'm already paying the shipping, so I might as well just get the palette, you know? So here we are, because I was already paying for shipping. Okay, next up, I'm going to go hair and hair. I was actually debating between this purple and this deep purple, but let's go ahead with these two. So this one is called Serpent. So I'm going to take Serpent. Oh, tap my brush off a little bit. I'm going to put that right underneath that first shade, Lace. And I'm only going to do one look with this today. But I can already tell I want to come back and do another look. So maybe I'll include it as a little bonus look. Okay, and then we're going to go into that deep shade Phantom using the exact same brush. So a little bit of Phantom. And we're going to start by plopping that into the outer corner here. Okay, so the eyes were giving purple, deep, grungy. This one's definitely doing a lot more than this side, which I did not realize. So let me just get a little bit more depth going here. Okay, so I will still come back and blend those together, but that's where we are. So for the shimmer on the lid, I'm going to go into Chosen, which is the multi-chrome in this palette. Beautiful. And it is that sort of standard purple green multi-chrome that I think that we are familiar with, like the VR Extraterrestrial or Sextreme from Pat McGrath. I think that's the only one I actually know the name of. I'm not really good with these things, you guys. And I'm just taking my finger, stamping this into the lid. And then I'm actually going to go into Pale Moon, which is almost like a light gray pinkish purple. I'm going to put that into the inner parts of the eye here. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Obscure, which is, I want to say, another multi-chrome. It has a little bit of a purpley pinky flip to it. And I'm going to put that on top of that other one. Okay, that definitely has a little bit more punch to it. You can see the blue. Okay. Well, you guys see the vision. I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up, and then I'll come back and show you guys the final look. Okay, so you guys know the drill. This is the final look. Y'all, this face is cute. Just so you know, in terms of the rest of the products that I'm wearing my La Mer foundation with my Tom Ford concealer. I know, bougie, expensive, stupid. And then I'm wearing my Chanel blush. This is the mauve shade. I do have a video on that new collection. Again, a little bit, we was feeling bougie today. I did go in with a bronzer I forgot I even had. This is the Trixie bronzer. This is actually a really, really good one because you have multiple shades. So I mixed both of these together to get my bronzer. For my highlight, what did I use in highlight? What did I use? Oh, for my highlight, I went in with an oldie. And I'm talking about old, but this will forever be amazing. And I hope this comes back in some form or fashion. This is from Marc Jacobs. This is the shade Jet Girl. It has a little bit of pink to it, like pinky gold, and it's such a beautiful highlight. So that's my highlight for my lips. I am using the, no, that's not it. I'm using the Bar Liner from Morphe with Taylor from Sydney Grace. Now, I love Tracy, but Taylor is also that girl. Taylor has a little bit more depth to it. So if you want something that's a little bit richer, Taylor. If you want something that's a little bit more everyday friendly, Tracy. But as you can see, very similar vibes. I promise you guys, Sydney Grace lip creams are that good. I'll do like a lip reel or something with my Sydney Grace lip creams at one point. But yeah. How beautiful is this? Okay. What was I gonna say? So overall, when it comes to the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes, I really like this. This is absolutely beautiful. Granted, this is my first look, and I do think that there are going to be a couple other things I can play around with when it comes to this palette. I know that this is very, very monochromatic. It is 12 shades, but I do see multiple looks. Multiple purple looks at that, but multiple looks with this palette, which is making me more excited to use this more. So I'm definitely excited to play in this. Like, I definitely want to play around with these two shades a little bit. This purple is stunning, this deep purple gourd, and then there's this black shade that has some shimmer in there that I'm like, I wonder. Like, I wonder what this is gonna look like if I were to do like a smoky halo eye with this one and then putting this in the center, or like putting this kind of like not all over the lid, but kind of all over the lid and topping it off with it. Like, I'm seeing and planning so many different things in my head. So I'm very intrigued by this palette just overall. So that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this look. This will obviously be in a ranking the last 10 eyeshadow palettes that I tried video very, very soon. But yeah, that's it today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to tick the blip, blip, blip. If you liked today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. As always, I appreciate you guys so much more than you know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.